Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the Great Millstone. Salutation to the Yaki and pushing this word with truth and sincerity with charity. As the brother Daniela from the Great Millstone Chicago camp, coming at you with another lesson. Lord willing, it be edifying. And I just want to go into the topic on why you see the men of the Lord out there in the highways and byways. All right, because a lot of people like to think that you'll see so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out there preaching the word of the Lord, but people will see it as us just talking about hate speech, that we're just madmen talking talking from the top of our lungs. All right, but the men of the Lord are out there because they're giving a warning, they're blowing the trumpet to the people. Okay, and the men of the Lord are out there to gather up the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But I'm gonna start off with the book of Luke 14:23. And the Lord said unto the servant, Go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. And that's the men of the Lord are out there seeking those that want to, seeking those that are going to repent, all right, and seeking out the 144,000, because that's what's really, that's who the men of the Lord are really after, man, all right, to wake up the elect. Because the faster the elect wake up, the faster prophecies will come to pass, the faster Yahweh Shai will come back, all right, because the men of the Lord want nothing but salvation, all right. We want this wicked place to go away, and for Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to establish his kingdom of righteousness. Now, real quick, this is the book of Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, all right, that's why the men of the Lord are out there. Because they're out there in the streets, in the highways and byways, where there's nothing but people. All right, people are out there. So the men of the Lord are going to be out there to give them that warning. Now, real quick, this is the book of Acts 7:48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, and as saith the prophet. So that's why because people will say, "Where's your church? Where do you guys gather up?" Because they have questions, and they'll ask, but they won't really show up. Okay, but the men of the Lord give them the same response. We're here every week. All right, around this time we'll be here until that time, until we end off. All right, but people will think that you're supposed to have a building or a church where everybody can gather up, and no, because the Lord said to go out there in the highways and byways just so the people could learn, they can hear the word, because behind the building nobody's gonna hear that way. All right, only the people that come inside are gonna hear. But what about the people that are outside? Or what about the people that are driving by? Okay, it says, heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me, saith the Lord? What is the place of my rest? So the Lord is everywhere. The Lord said right there, heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. The Lord is everywhere. The Lord doesn't need a house built for him where people will say this is where God is. No. All right, the Lord said to his prophets, go out there in the highways and byways to go out there and feed my sheep. Okay. So the Lord doesn't dwell in temples made with hands. All right, with these churches, they're not doing the real work of the Lord, because if they were, they would be out there in the streets preaching the word of Yahweh Shemi Shai in full doctrine, man. Not cutting here a little and there a little, but speaking nothing but the full-blown truth. But let me go to the book of Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound the alarm in the holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Okay, that's what the men of the Lord are out there doing, blowing that trumpet, giving that warning. It says a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there had not been ever, neither like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations, because a great judgment is coming at hand, man. Okay, but the men of the Lord are out there to give their warning to the people, so they have no excuse in that day. It's the book of Isaiah 61:1. The Spirit of the Lord Yahweh is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. All right, and who is that meek, man? It's talking about the elect, because only they are meek, man. The scriptures talk about the meek shall inherit the earth. All right, not the proud, not those that are full, that don't want to be taught. This is not meant for them. But they're hearing the warning nonetheless. They're hearing the warning, so it's up to them at that point whether they want to hear it or whether they don't. If they don't hear it, it's because it was not meant for them. Okay. So it says, He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Because only those that want Yahweh Shemi Yahushua to return and want to receive salvation are looking for the signs, are looking to repent, are looking to change their ways to please Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, forsake that old man that they once were, to now seek out the Lord 10 times more. All right, because we know that here in this captivity we are bound. We are not free in this place, man. We're right here, right now. We're being held captives. But it says, verse 2, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. Because the scriptures talk about in the book of Ezekiel 9:4, to set apart a mark upon the men that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. Because the men of the Lord aren't pleased in this place, man. Okay, and like the brothers talk about too, if you don't see nothing wrong with this place, how this place is run, if you don't have a problem with any of the problems that are going on in the current world right now, it's because they're a part of the problem as well. But you see, the men of the Lord are out there giving that warning to the people. Okay, if they don't want to receive the warning, that's upon them. All right, the judgment will come upon them sooner enough. This is the book of Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. So there you go, man. Blowing that trumpet, giving the warning to the people, letting them know where they're going off. And really, this word is only meant for the Israelites. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And the sprinkle birds are among the nations that look like the heathen, but their root go back to being an Israelite. Okay, this is the book of Ezekiel 33:1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of their land if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman. Now that's the whole job of a watchman. Okay, to see the danger before it comes near, to give that warning to the people for them to prepare themselves. Okay, it says, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever hear the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. So if you're not taking heed to the warning, if you're not taking heed to the trumpet being blown, that blood is going to be upon you. You can't say that you didn't get the warning, because clearly you did. You just didn't. You just chose to neglect it, scoff at it, walk by it, not pay any attention to it. So the judgment came upon you. But you got the warning, but you despised it. It says, verse 5, he heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh not warning shall deliver his soul. It's like it, but he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. All right, if you receive this truth, they call out Yahweh Shemi Yahushua. All praises to Yahweh Shemi Yahushua, because not a lot of people could understand this word. But if you come into the truth, you have a better chance of receiving salvation than doing what the people are out there doing in the world, pleasing their flesh putting the Lord to the side. This is how you have a better chance of receiving salvation, by repenting to the Lord and changing up your ways, changing who you once were in the world, and now putting on that new man that's walking to the best of their ability to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. It says, and now this is why it's important to be out there and teaching in the highways and byways. It says, verse 6, but if the watchmen see the sword come, and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. So, if you're not giving that warning to the people, then Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to deal with you, because that blood that was shed, because like how it said right there, they're taken away in their own iniquity. All right, they have what's coming to them. But since you weren't out there giving the warning to the people, the Lord that blood is upon you, man. And you're going to be held accountable, and the Lord is going to deal with you. And the scriptures talk about it as a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. The scriptures also talk about that it would be better for you not even to know the way of righteousness. You'll be beaten with double stripes, many stripes, than a regular 2/3, because you weren't holding your post. You weren't giving the warning. You weren't blowing the trumpet. You knew better, but you didn't do any better. So the Lord is going to jack you up. This is the book of Salakia. Where was this again? Salakia. Okay, here we go. This is the book of Matthew 4:18. And Yahushua, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he saith unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. Fishers of men. That's